Blog Talk Radio.
And welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives. Tonight we'll be talking about the last week of the show, but I want everyone to check us out here on Blogtalk Radio with all our interviews and shows on, and also we have a blog, and we're also on Facebook at Diva of Days of Our Lives, and Carrie Mesner has a fan page for the Diva, and we're also on Twitter at Diva of Duel. And we also can find us on iTunes. And I think we have Anna here with us tonight. Hi, Anna.
Hello, hello. Let the record show I was early.
Yeah. Before the music.
Find me that's right. You can find me at Kazi Hooch on Twitter.
Yeah, and we have, I think Jen popped on. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Hello.
And where are you on Twitter?
REXJDK at Twitter.
Okay, and Diva Carrie is busy tonight, and she's the Diva at Diva of Duel on Twitter, and I'm Marianne, and I'm at Mama_Hooch on Twitter, and also check out at Teo Penglis and at Lauren Coslow, and at Tripp USA, which is Ian Buchanan, all on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, and I was just saying about the music. I said I sure do miss that music and Stefano and the real Damaras because I don't know what happened to the Damaras, but they're just like non-existent anymore, in my opinion.
They're fake Damaras.
Yeah, they're fake Damaras. They're weak Damaras, like the two that are on there now. It's like, actually, they're not even on there now, technically, because they're gone. But anyway, so did everybody watch the show this week? I thought maybe we could start I thought maybe we could start within the middle of the week, which was they kind of took a break from the regular show to do a Halloween special.
So we'll have to cover that part.
There's that part. Yeah, the Halloween. Okay, well, it's either, I think it was one of those things you either loved it, or you hated it. I don't know, but I thought, okay, it was all right. I call it stupid silly. Is why I call it. It's like kind of stupid, kind of silly. But I understand. Yeah, I understand it was Halloween, and every once in a while they do kind of do those kind of shows just to do something different. So, Jen, what did you think? Did you like it?
I like the Anjelica part the best.
Yeah, and she
Judith Chapman
ended up in and she kind of ended up being the one that killed. I kind of watched bits and pieces of it as much as I could. She's the one that ended up killing. She was killing Kristen. That was the whole. Yeah. Kristen was murdered. And, of course, all of this was Hattie's dream or nightmare, I guess you could say. It was a Hattie nightmare. And they found Kristen murdered, and Eli was investigating it, and there was these clues, and the clue was in an anagram.
Yeah.
So, and what was the word that's, was it John Claude something? I couldn't remember. Do you remember what it was?
John Claude something.
Yeah. And it was... And who figured it out?
Hattie.
Was it? Did you remember? Oh, Hattie. Okay.
With the Scrabble board.
She was with the Scrabble. Okay. And so in this whole process of this, and then Marlena came to talk to Abigail, and she hypnotized her by like stirring the tea, and it just kind of played funny, and they all, right?
That was Hattie.
Oh, that was okay. Hattie.
Yeah, Marlena wasn't even in it.
Hattie pretended. Yeah, was it Hattie pretended to be Marlena? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Hattie pretended to be Marlena. So, and then we had all the undead come back. So Dr. Rolf and Princess Gina and Anjelica. And we also had baby Andre come back to haunt Abigail. Oh, I'm telling you. Did you see that? What did you think about that? He was in a little baby stroller with a little hat on.
Oh my God!
I know. What a trooper! I'm telling you.
Oh,
I mean,
I know. You know, I haven't seen it. I didn't see that episode yet, but it makes me cringe just thinking about it. But I'm glad that Teo was on. I mean, it's like I'm glad he was
but then,
part of.
And we did see
Halloween.
Yeah, we did see. And we did see Andre come in then as
Hattie,
himself.
Yes.
But then if it was Hattie's nightmare or whatever, it would make sense because that was Alfie. So it would make sense that he would be in that. So I can get that. But I'm just not sure I can handle that scene. I'm not sure. So I don't know. But anyway.
You'll have to, and just the expression he gives us like a little baby. It's kind of funny. But then Andre comes in his leather jacket, which was like worth the little scene that he was in. And he picks, the whole thing was the whole Rosemary. He was he was the father of Abigail's baby. And then he was like they said, like the devil. Like Rosemary's baby, and Abigail screaming when she sees what her baby looks like, and he picks it up and he says, "Oh, what a beautiful face you have."
Oh my!
It was funny. But we got a little bit, and he kind of more or less gave the clue of it that it was an anagram, and so.
And we got an Anna mention.
An Anna mention. Yeah. What else was in that? Like, it was kind of, they went all over the place with that. And Princess Gina, of course, John was there. She pulled a gun on John, and all of a sudden Hope comes in. They just kind of acted like off character, off beat, and kind of silly stupid is what I called it. But anyway, that's what happened for Halloween. So what else? What do you got? Oh, we have 2 DNA things going on. A lot of DNA testing going on lately. I don't know if there's any switcheroos, but none of that. But,
it was funny when Sammy, because the one DNA is Susan's hair to see if it matches with EJ, and and let's see, the other one is Chloe having the retouch. Remember, I got to play back the tape. Remember when I caught that 15 markers back all those weeks ago, and I said there's something about that.
About
and
the markers.
It rolled out, of course, we realized what it was. So now they're testing all of the markers, right?
Why did they do that in the first place?
Why didn't they do it to begin with? Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Like, so why did they do it?
Emergency time. This time, maybe because they were trying to get her out of jail or
drag out the story.
But it's like, like they should have made it to where she had to wait a couple of days at least to make it seem. But I mean, I don't really care. But it's a small, but it does.
Yeah,
it does
but it was
defy
just
logic.
The plot.
It's like why didn't they just go ahead and do it all? Yeah. So I knew that was going to be something. But so what I loved was, and I know how much Jen loves Sammy. I loved when Sammy's like, but mine's urgent. And I loved how Chloe was like, because of course you're the only one that ever matters. You're the most important.
Right.
I love that, and I love Chloe's hair. Nadia's hair is beautiful. I always thought it was pretty long, but I love it the length that it is now.
Yeah, it
really
gives her a different look for sure.
Yeah, a totally different look, but a beautiful.
Look,
and I mean, her eyes I think even show up more. I don't know. It's just it's really stunning. I love it. Anyway, I didn't mean to jump in on that, but I had to get my 2 cents in on the DNA because I every time somebody has DNA, though, I'm always like, why would anybody trust a Salem University Hospital DNA test anyway? But anyway,
Everybody so Sammy had to get. Go ahead.
They're all related anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Sam's problem to begin with. Have you guys been doing that whole, like, now wait, he's so-and-so's son and so-and-so's, like with Rex coming to town and Eric and all these guys, and he's like, oh, this is my brother. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, Roman. Okay, he's from Roman. You know,
I know.
I'm constantly,
you have to go through the whole tree.
Week, you know, all these episodes, the last several episodes, I've been like having to think every time they meet up with somebody or introduce each other, because it's like,
how are they related?
She's a Wharton.
Yes.
And then she's. I will say this, and I know you guys might not like the new character, Sarah, but I mean, at first I was like, oh, why do we need Sarah Wharton and Rex coming back? But I
like them.
Liking them. And I do too. And you know what? I have to admit, Kyle Lowder, I didn't think I was going to like him because I never watched him when he was on the original, earlier.
Oh yeah,
I really like him. I have to admit that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
and he's been
right, and I liked
him
as Brady.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I liked him as Brady back in the day.
That was
I
cute
liked
when
him
Brady
as Brady.
and Brady met, and he goes Brady, and he's
like,
oh,
did you love that? He goes Rex Brady.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was cute.
He goes Rex Brady. Yeah,
but
whatever
I
works.
have to say he has aged well, and he's I really like his look. I like.
Oh my God! To me, he looks exactly the same. Yeah, he looks exactly the same as he did years ago when he played Brady. And I did like him as Brady, of course, but I do still like Eric Martsolf, though, is the better Brady, is the more believable one as John's as John's son.
Yes.
But I do like Kyle as an actor, and I do, and I like him with this girl that plays Sarah Horton.
Yeah.
I don't know, they kind of clicked right away.
Yeah, they are cute.
What's
they
that?
Are cute. I have to admit.
Yeah.
However long that lasts, we'll see how
long it's going to last. Well, yeah, Chloe's about ready to drop the
Chloe
bomb.
walks in, with her manila envelope of DNA tests to ruin the party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they would.
Yeah,
that is a legit classical cliffhanger Friday. That is definitely a classical one.
Well, yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they have everybody together in the room and all the engagement. Because Marlena's engagement party, Susan came in on it, and they said, oh, nothing's going to go wrong. Maggie says, every time they say, oh, nothing can go wrong, you know darn well something's going to go wrong. Yeah.
Well,
the
thing of it is, that's why they have Mimi. That's why they figured out a way to have Mimi and
how'd you like that?
Too.
Yes. Isn't that convenient? They went out for a steak.
Yeah. I love it how every time Rex sees the baby, he's just in awe and in love. It's so cute. So, I don't know. I have to admit, I'm not hating the things that I thought I was going to hate. I'm not. I mean, no, do I want them to be on all the time and a Mimi and all that? But I'm actually I have to admit, I'm pleasantly surprised. Because I didn't think I was going to like any of these characters. So, and actually Kate was on this week. So it was like she was only on one day, I think, but at least she was on, and she was looking fabulous.
You have to. Did you see the Kami scenes?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Did you read my writing?
I thought of you guys. Kate was like,
did you catch what Kate was talking about?
Yep.
Yes.
Did you catch? Yes.
We both seen it. We both seen it.
Good. Yeah.
And
we both saw.
Sammy's like, no.
Sammy's.
Oh, I love that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well,
she says, "Well, do you think we can tell by that?"
But so it was funny because I thought I know what that means normally, but does she mean look under the bandages? And then I was like, oh, and then she right away. Then she said, I mean, we've both seen it. That was great.
Yeah.
And I loved how
maybe we don't need the DNA test.
I love it when Sami and Kate are being friendly and I mean it's fine for them to have the frenemy thing too, but like when they hug and she kissed Sami goodbye, she said I love you, and I was like oh. So anyway, so I had to get that in about Kate.
I like that part. That was funny.
And it is.
That was good.
I bet diehard Kaman fans are probably enjoying even though they're probably not
we had
Rex and Cassie fans, it's like we've had some.
Yeah, we
some
got a
Kaman
little
in
Kate
the
and
same
Roman.
room. So.
Yep.
You know?
Right.
So.
Yep. That bonds them together now that Rex is back. So that kind of bonds them together. Yeah. Except with all this that's going on, poor Lucas is going to be the one that gets thrown under the bus again.
I know.
You know,
it pisses me
and
off.
This is going to be
I love him being
It's going to be his exit soon. Yeah. I do.
Oh, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of when Bonnie was having a dream or fantasizing about Lucas?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She's like, Mom.
Oh yeah, Mom. What are you doing? I'm having a healthy fantasy, she said. It's a healthy fantasy. I like Judy Evans. Lucky Judy Evans. I don't know. That's all I have to say.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. I'm just still so mad that Brian's gone for now. I mean, I'm just still pretty pissed off about that. They better bring him back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we have the other DNA with Sami needed to get a DNA result for EJ, so the best way was like a parent or a child. So the kids aren't around, so she had to go after Susan. She didn't know how she was going to do it. Here,
were you guys thinking that they were going to check Stefan or Chad, and then it was going to turn out that he didn't match Stefan or something? I was trying to figure out.
And I really thought that too. Yeah. Good
then
point.
They went with Susan's
because I thought they were going to. Yeah, I thought, but she said that she needed somebody closer, like a child or a parent, I guess, instead of a half brother. I guess. You know, so they wanted something closer. But it's true. If they would have went to Stefan, that could have been a way to say, oh, he's really not a Demeric, because kind of we're suspecting that all along.
If they had checked Stefan and Chad was a match, but Stefan wasn't, that would have been the dinger. Yeah, because right now they don't know for sure if EJ's EJ. So if he hadn't matched Stefan, that EJ, might not have. That would have they would have just eliminated him as being EJ, but because. But if they had tested both brothers, I guess I was thinking, ooh, that would have been interesting, but then they used Susan's hair, so that's fine. I mean, I was kind of weird that Marlene doll.
And Susan's hair was on. She told
my goodness.
Sami that the hair was her hair. She used her own hair to make the Marlena doll, and then dyed the hair blonde or whatever. So yeah. So that was kind of creepy, but yeah, she says it worked. It worked for her. So.
Yeah.
My question is, wasn't there a DNA test done on Sammy's twins? Why couldn't they use DNA they had for Johnny on file?
I don't know. Would anybody trust that nowadays? Because they had Lucas and EJ. But that's a good question.
I don't know. A good question. Really good question. Of course, the writers might not have know that.
Jan, the answer is not everybody at Salem U has the same record-keeping ethics as you do. So they've probably been, like stolen or defiled.
You know the record
in
the DNA results and
you know. And plus, you can never trust are these the right ones or the wrong ones. But good question. Good question.
So wow.
So is it going to be EJ? Are we for sure on that?
Well, I heard it's going to be EJ, and we never really get to see him. That they're just going to leave town and like he's going to go for rehabilitation or whatever to some. They're both going to leave together. I mean, it is EJ, and she's. I mean, that makes sense unless they eventually going to bring him back. I don't know. But then there was always rumors there was this other actor. There was rumors that there was this other actor that was going to play him, but I don't know.
Since they burned him, of course he's going to come back with a, perfectly done face, but with somebody else, But
that could be, and if I go away for a while, and then bring this, person back. Of course, he was burned, so he had to get plastic surgery. Now he has a whole new face. Well, that's typical soap, I guess. Yeah. So that's kind of the main that there, and with Sarah and Bonnie and all them.
Yeah.
Then you have Belle keeping the secret, which from.
Oh yeah.
From everybody. But and Chloe's of course figured it out. They made Chloe the smart one. Go figure. But
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, how'd that happen? Ghoul Girl actually did have a brain, like she did when she.
Ghoul Girl,
like
Belle called. Mimi called her that, or somebody
really
called her
smart. Yeah. Yeah.
Sammy called her Ghoul Girl, and so did Mimi.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both called her.
But she was smart back then, right? Then she kind of became a dingy.
Oh yeah.
Now she's back to having.
I want her to run into Rex. Chloe and Rex. Yeah, it's the old, the old match up there.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Philip. They said, "Oh, we're all together here now." Oh, except just add Philip, because Mimi and Belle, Sean was on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Chloe. They said all they need now is
they
the
haven't
old
been able to bring
Philip.
JKJ back. But he was my favorite Philip. J. Kenneth Johnson. He's the only Philip for me.
Oh yeah, he was the best one of all the ones that they had.
Yeah.
The one I liked the best anyway. I agree.
Yeah. And of course that put Belle in an awkward position because Lucas is like F you because she's
he
representing
wasn't happy
Bonnie.
with her. Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think.
Did we have any Stefan? Did we have an Abigail? Well, of course, Abigail and Stefan are married now. And Chad is just trying to figure out what to do. I think that
Monday or Friday, I can't remember. Yeah.
Was that the beginning of the week? I can't much more than them revealing it to them.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
into Monday, and then you had them.
Something. Yeah.
Chad ready to kill Stefan. Stefan's just loving it. He's showing the ring. He puts the ring up in front of his hand. I don't know. I'm thinking he's enjoying it, of course, and I think Abigail is too. Abigail's showing she says, "Hey,
more and more every day."
You two, like her husband and her own mother, don't believe her, so they're.
And her brother.
I'm waiting.
And
her brother.
JJ's like, I'm on your side. And she goes, well, you have a funny way of showing it or whatever. And she's on to Gabby.
She was really
she's
telling
totally
them.
on to Gabby, yeah.
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 Oh, she's totally on to Gabby, yeah. Yeah.
So, very interesting
I guess
there.
that'll be coming up. That'll probably be coming up next week more with Gabby getting exposed.
Kate Mancy airs? I still haven't figured that out when Kate Mancy airs first.
Right after she has the baby, because Marcy Miller has the baby, and then I think right after that, Kate Mancy comes on. Because somehow,
so instead of
did he
kidnap
her?
The baby at the hospital,
well, he kidnaps
the mom. Okay.
Yeah, I guess they switched them on. Well, I guess Chad feels the only way that he can do it, he kidnaps Abigail, and while wherever he kidnaps her and takes her to, takes her, who knows, maybe takes her to a cabin, the Horton cabin, where everybody goes.
That's not a good idea for the history of that character.
Yeah.
Cabins, stay away from them.
Oh.
Stay away from all
But
cabins.
I think she comes back after the baby's born, I guess, so.
Okay.
And I think they both go off, from what I understand, they both go off together because Billy Flynn, she's only staying a certain amount of time, and Billy Flynn left too. So, yeah, so they'll go off together. I don't know, everybody's leaving. Yeah. Well, she's back for so long, I think, just like Nicole was only back for so long. And then we have poor Eric, speaking of Nicole, who's devastated, and there were some scenes with him and Roman,
And Jen.
So he's, and
Holly, he's taking care of Holly.
With Holly, and talking with Maggie, and that's the thing now is who's going to get Holly, Maggie or Eric or I don't know how they're gonna, where they're gonna go with that. I don't know. So, I don't know. Then Jack will be coming back, so I don't know. There'll be no Jan, or whether Eric, maybe Eric. Did I hear Eric and Sarah?
No, with Nicole.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, was there something about that? Because
I heard something about that.
he walked into the to Casa Kyriakis, and you know, it was like, oh wow, you guys are getting married or whatever. And there was kind of like you kind of felt this, because I forgot. Oh yeah, Rex and Eric are brothers. I was like, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, wait. Yes.
And it's like that's what I
yep.
said. I was doing math. I was doing Brady and Horton math in my head.
He has brothers all over the place. I know.
I was going to say, well, and and I love Eric, but Eric's never met a brother he couldn't screw over with a woman. So kind of, you know, so that's kind of like, we see where that's going, I'm sure. But probably what will happen
so hard
is
to
Rex
keep them
will
all
find
straight.
out that he's the daddy, and Sarah will break up with him because of that, and then Eric will swoop in and be right there to let her cry on her.
Right. You know that's going to break him up because he cheated on her. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's going to be another one like the Hope Ray thing. I've heard that they were together, and then they had a little breakup spot, and he went and got drunk, met Mimi. It's almost exactly the same thing as the Rafe Sammy thing. Rafe, Sammy, and same situation. But she breaks up.
They are very
him,
cute together.
Yeah. So I think said Rex might, you know, and then Lucas leaves, so who's that leave? Chloe. Rex and Chloe.
Oh, yeah.
There's that matchup, except it's just Rex instead of Brady.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my theory. I see that coming.
Okay. I hadn't thought about that.
So.
Okay.
Well,
That'll really have to do. Talk about having to do math in your head. That's going to really be mind blowing. Wait, she's kissing Brady. No. He's not Brady. He's Rex. Like
he's Rex.
Like I just
that is
keeping
funny.
track so nobody's actually making out with their like blood relative. That's the dicey thing in Salem.
But
then if Nicole would have still been on there, that would have been even a whole other element there.
Right, because who
on with her ex?
Nicole? It was Eric and in real life. Well, it's weird.
Well,
in
real life, they were
together.
That was
the ex. Yeah, that was
Chloe.
Nadia Bjorlin's. He was Nadia Bjorlin's boyfriend before for a long time.
They're kind of on there now together.
And had kids. Yeah, and then you have Nicole and Rex, who are exes as well. So kind of interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah,
but
it is.
But yeah, I'm actually into the Rex and Sara thing now. I mean, I'm really, and it's just kind of interesting. And I kind of actually find Mimi kind of empathetic this time. I couldn't stand her before, but did you notice when they walked into the restaurant Doug's place, and her mom, Bonnie, was to somebody, and Mimi went right to that baby.
Right to the baby.
Right to that baby. Yeah.
And holding the baby, And then Rex came over.
And Chloe had picked up on it, but Mimi had much more of an attachment to the baby than, for her to have just met this baby that's her sister, supposedly, she had a much more of a maternal instinct towards the baby, like Chloe picked up on than Bonnie did. And plus Bonnie was drunk and trying to, and saying all the wrong things. So, So, I mean, I have to admit, it was pretty good. I don't know. Pretty good this week. And
then we had Rex and Sara are sitting there, and Susan comes into the room, and she sees Rex.
Oh my goodness,
baby! You have a baby, and he's there. No, I don't. He said, "You have a baby," and she's, thinks that you're going to have a baby. Oh no, we're not. She's not pregnant. No. And that was funny right away. But I know. My premonitions are always right. You have a baby or you're going to have a baby. He says, well, yeah, probably in the future we will have a baby. So that was kind of, Susan, she's a nutcase. And she left the room and Sarah said, she's crazy or not. She's just nuts or something. So.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I had Susan
I think it's
on
funny
for a little
Sarah
bit.
Sarah hasn't been mentioned for probably a decade plus, and then it's like, except for the Nashville connection with the sublet thing.
Well, here's the thing: if you go by time, if you go by real age, she is so much older than Rex. Like by probably 20 years at least.
Right.
I mean, Sarah was on way back in the day. Way
in the
back.
early 90s, and she was
a
8.
Teenager
or something?
Yes.
Yeah, her and Carrie were.
Yes. Yeah, she's not even in the Rex Mimi age. She's not even in that age group. Yeah.
Wait,
so they kind of rewrote
in
history there.
I'm confused because, it doesn't really matter, I guess, because they're all.
Yeah, they just kind of.
Harassing and all that's just too confusing.
They really sore-assed her. Mm-hmm. Or no, they pushed her behind.
They did
sprinkle in
a lot of. They did do a good job of sprinkling in a lot of history to kind of enrich the return.
Yeah, they mentioned
I didn't
Neil.
remember a lot. I didn't remember a lot of it because I wasn't watching during the period of time that she was on originally. But Neil, of course, I knew Neil, and I had forgotten that Neil and Maggie had babies together. So completely forgot that. So that was it. I liked getting the Neil reference, and when she said, "Oh, he would be so proud that one of his children became a doctor," and so. Yeah, so I loved having a Neil. I loved having a Neil mention. I used to love Neil.
He was
and Liz.
Her father, but he wasn't her father. Mickey was.
Oh,
yeah, Mickey raised her.
Yeah,
I'm confused. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Neil was her biological
biologically,
father, but Mickey raised. Okay, because I kept thinking I didn't remember what was the scenario. Do you guys remember what the scenario was that Maggie and Neil had gotten together in the first place?
No, they didn't get together.
They weren't together.
It was artificial insemination.
All those years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
was that, the 80s?
With some mobster or something.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. I barely remember that. Yeah, that was how
that
it.
Was
yeah.
That was when that technology was really new. Okay, I gotcha. I didn't realize that. Okay, so she was trying to have a baby because Nikki couldn't, so she was doing artificial insemination, and then Neil being the doctor, and everything. Okay.
Until they found out, and they probably didn't find out till later.
I remembered Liz Chandler and Neil, but I didn't remember.
They have
what's
a
her
daughter.
name? Maggie and Neil.
Yeah, well.
So.
Come close to having an
Oh,
affair.
I forgot. What's that?
Maggie and Neil. They did come close, though.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, it's crazy how many things I don't even though I watched it, in the 80s. It's like some things just stand out to me and I remember them, and other things I'm just like, whew, that totally went out of my head. But, lots of fun trip down memory lane. So it is kind of neat when they bring all that out. It's kind of like it makes you think back to those days and stuff.
Yeah.
Fun. Then we have Ciera and Tripp and Ben, and so it's kind of finally Claire's figuring out that Tripp was the one that planted the evidence.
Yeah.
And have you heard the rumors that Claire was behind the fire and hiring Wyatt to set the fire?
What?
Did you hear that?
What? No.
I heard that. Yeah.
Why would
that's what I heard.
Kill her cousin or her aunt. What?
I don't know. That's what I heard. That's just a rumor.
Wow.
That's just a rumor. I heard somebody, but I heard that Wyatt supposedly was the one that set the fire. Now, maybe somebody was mistaken, and maybe it was Tripp that got Wyatt to set the fire. That maybe makes more sense. Because what does Wyatt? But you remember Wyatt and Claire were scheming. So why would Wyatt set the fire? He had to do it for somebody. He doesn't, I don't know.
That's weird. That's very weird.
I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to see what that, but it is Oh, and then Ben was telling Ciera they were getting close. He was telling about the time that he was 7 years old and he saw his father torturing a guy because this guy owed him money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was telling her some stories about when he was a kid. So. Oh, and guess what? What was some strangle on him with a net? His dad had a necktie, And it came out that it was that.
A necktie.
How was that, Jen?
No, Ben had bought his father a necktie. And
that's right. He went to the barn to give it to him.
Yeah.
Right. And that's when he saw his dad, and she said, "What was the gift that you were going to give your dad?" And he said, "A necktie." And then that kind of hit him. Is that why he used a necktie when he was doing the killings? Okay, associated with what was going on with his dad. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I don't know. Is there anything else? I don't know much. Do we have Will and Sunny this week?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Not too much with them lately.
And Roman got busted.
Roman what?
Oh,
Roman.
yeah. Do you want to tell about Roman and Hattie? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah?
Yeah, she figured it out that he was trying to get her to divorce John.
He was wooing her, but she knew he wasn't being serious. But Hattie, she's smart, but now did you hear her tell John after the nightmare she had?
Yep.
She didn't care. She said, I just want done.
Yeah.
She wants a divorce or she wants out. So I'm thinking this week John and Marlena get married. Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want Hattie to go back to jail. I like her.
No, I don't know. So I guess Bonnie's, when this gets all revealed, I guess Bonnie's going to go back to jail.
Or maybe Mimi.
You would think.
Mimi might too.
Yeah. And if Bonnie turns on her, I mean, that's kind of like, But I'm thinking all those years ago, I don't know, it's kind of a dumb thing. That's why Mimi's helping her. So she keeps quiet about what she did.
Yeah.
So, any other news or any other?
Nothing I know of.
Can't think of anything.
Any more Kate stuff? Was she just on with Sami? I'm trying to think. If she was
on.
I
think Sami, and then she was at the party, the bridal shower. What was that reception that they were having?
I love that dress
party?
she had on.
I
love the dress she had on.
I love
at the party.
All those Causies were screaming, "Kate with small children! Kate with small children!" Because when she bent over to play with the baby, and we were all like, because she's like so cute. Like, some of Lauren comes out when Kate's interacting with little kids on set. There's like this little part of Lauren that shows up, and it's so cute.
Aww.
I remember it in different things, like with Theo and different scenes over the years. There's this little glimmer of Lauren that peeks out when there's a little kid. So we call it Kate with small children. Kate with small children.
Yeah, because it's just so.
Anyway,
I love it. It's
fun.
just so interesting to see her as Kate in character, as Kate, and then to talk to her as Lauren. It's just you could just see how she's so different. Yeah, the Kate. Yeah, it's totally different.
Kind of
yeah,
like
totally. The voice
when you think about it,
and the inflection.
It's just like
the way
Joe
she
Mascolo.
talks.
When you meet Joe Mascolo, he's now passed. When I met Joe Mascolo, he didn't sound anything like Stefano, but he created this whole presence and this whole accent and
a lot of the different actors too.
Yeah,
and there's a difference, like even with Andre and Teo. When you talk to Teo in person, it's totally different than Andre or whatever. It's different.
That's
There's a different voice and a different. Yeah, it is.
Very interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Quite interesting to observe that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's others that there's no difference. No.
Yeah. It kind of depends on the
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
I
don't know. I guess we got all the storylines. I don't know if there's something big. And then and then Yeah, and then next weekend is the Day of Days, so they'll be having that on Saturday.
Yep.
So we'll be doing that for the Diva.
Yep.
So hopefully, I don't know.
Should be fun.
It should be fun.
Right.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Talk to you guys.
Go. Turn your clocks back.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get your extra hour. Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
The Humana Honor Medicare Advantage Plan gives you $1,800 back each year in your Social Security check. Choose coverage that helps you keep more money in your pocket. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. The Part B Give Back benefit pays part or all of your Part B premium, and the amount may change based on the amount you pay for Part B. Limitations and restrictions may apply. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.